Wrap it around it. Okay, before you get to drink a glass of wine, you will do this.
He wasn't telling me he appreciates me and stuff like that. And I was really complaining. I was so bitter. I was crying and this and that.
That's my own TikTok. That's my own Christmas pajamas, you know?
We know we women, you know, when things is not going exactly the way we want it, we totally forget the other things that this man is doing.
Exactly. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on the Truth and Tales podcast with your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Yay! I'm sure by now you guys can already tell us, you can already mimic our intro for us, right?
Yes.
How you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode on the podcast. I hope you all are doing well. We hope you guys are doing great. Thank you guys for coming back for more episodes, for more content on this channel. Thank you guys so much for engaging with our content on all the platforms. You guys are amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Anyways, we are so glad, we are so happy, we are so excited to be back again, having another conversation with you guys. And today we have another interesting conversation. You guys know what it is. It's either we have a truth or we have a tale of the day. So today we have a truth of the day and we're going to leave it to Victoria. Victoria, oh yeah, give it to us.
Okay.
What's the truth of the day? What's the truth of the day?
Okay, guys. So as usual, we have a very interesting content, interesting story, which is the truth of a lady who is asking for, advice. So she said, my husband and I are not friends. Full stop. Even that one alone is making me to think. And then she said,
"It's enough."
She said, I know we are married, but I don't think we are friends. It's been only 3 years and the marriage is already looking like it's the 100th year. He's very nice. He's a very nice guy, though hard in terms of not forgiving easily and can remember past deeds and all. I envy, not in a bad way, those couples I see doing TikTok and all. My husband would not do any of those challenges, and he's too formal, it's too serious. Even this Christmas pajamas thing with the whole family, he will not wear it.
I'm sorry for laughing. Go on.
Don't worry, even me, I'm laughing with you. He will not wear it. He's nice, as I said, and a responsible and good father, but the marriage is stale. Like we have already seen too much of ourselves. Too late to spice it up or be mysterious, etc. Which is weird. They've been married for how many? Just 3 years. Wow. Okay, the second one, I really feel deceived by my husband. Like I did not look well before getting married. While we were dating, I saw a little bit of his anti-social side. Though it was after marriage, I saw it was just too much. Okay. So he hardly has friends. We used to go to places, etc. And I was like he is fun. Fast forward to 3 years later, with an 18-month-old child, he's just so boring. No initiation of outgoing, no date nights, no spontaneity, even in his dressing and everything. It just makes me so tired of this marriage. I am still young, in my early 30s, and very attractive. How can I settle for this at this young age? I think of other guys a lot, flirting, my past life and how I enjoyed it. Each time I bring up going out, he does like it is a competition, telling me why can't I choose, and he will go like he doesn't have to choose. So she's asking for help on what to do, because 3 years into marriage, she already feels like her marriage is boring. She feels like her husband is not spontaneous. He does not do the Christmas PJs, the TikTok videos, what those examples that she was giving.
PJ mask.
Oh God. Anyways, let us, Yemi, you start.
Christmas pajamas will cost something. Christmas pajamas will cost something.
Honestly, see what that PJ cost. I'm sure there are a lot of families that actually fought, right, because of this. Because I can imagine if I asked my husband that we should do pajamas, Christmas, I was going to say, what's wrong with you? Like, why? Since when? You understand? So that's to tell you that, and I'm sure a number of family probably, my husband might reluctantly do it, but it's to him it will be like what's all the fuss about? You understand? Is it your birthday? Maybe it's Jesus Christ's birthday. So yeah, I don't know. But what do you before I even start? What do you think about this?
I think a lot of most African men, right? Most African men, let me not say most, like a lot, but most African men have this issue of wearing the same thing with their wife. You know, even sometimes when you're going to church and you see couples wearing the same clothes, you will know that it's the wife that dragged the husband to wear the same fabric or the same clothes or the same material with her, you know. But anyway, to go into this truth for today, you know, this truth has many layers, but as usual, you guys know, we'll be peeling off the layer one by one and be sharing our own opinion on it. So let me start. First of all, the issue of the 3 years, it's only been 3 years and it's looking like it's the 100th year. And she gave her reasons. Number one reason being the fact that she looks at couples online and how they do things together, you know, things like TikToking together, things like wearing the same clothes, Christmas PJs and all of that. And I just laugh because as I was reading it, I was just like, my husband doesn't do any of these things now. Like, he doesn't do any of these things. I don't have TikTok. I don't. This year 2022 will be.
You see what millennial couples are going to cause. Yes.
I'm telling you, social media. You know, we did an episode on social media. What social media is causing in marriages, right? And
in marriages.
If you've not seen that episode, yes, we'll link it in this video so you can see it. But my point is, all of these things that she's saying that she wants her husband to do is not like that is something that she wants to do. It's not something that is a big deal. Like, it's not something that she thought of. It's not, for example, like me personally, if I'm not able to go out, like if in my marriage I'm not able to eat out, let me bring it down to details. If I'm not able to go out and eat out and we cannot dine out, there will be a problem. That's my own TikTok. That's my own Christmas pajamas, you know? If we cannot do that one, regardless of whether people are doing it on social media or not, that one is an issue for me. That's when I can see that this marriage feels like I'm in a trap, you know? So, but our own case is not like there are things that she wanted, like there are things that she sees online. I also love couples that do these things online. In fact, I watch some of these videos and I laugh and I'm like, oh,
me
this
too.
guy, oh, so sweet, oh, so cute and all of that. But I just move on because I already know my person. I know the person I'm married to. Like, I know the person and I don't stress myself on unnecessary things. Like, I don't even see my husband dancing with me to post on TikTok. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Like, the day it happens, I will be so shocked that we do a lot of these dances so in our house. We just do
even
random
us.
But you will not see me post it or like you will never see me put on camera like this and say, okay,
let's dance.
He'll just be looking at it like is something wrong with you. Is something wrong with you? Even Christmas pages. I remember last Christmas, I was even all about this Christmas PJ. In fact, no, not this Christmas. 2020 Christmas, right? 2020 Christmas to 2021, yes. I was so excited because we had just moved into this place. Everywhere was looking so nice. I was like, okay, let's do Christmas PJs. He was like, excuse me, I will wear red. You people wear your matching PJs. You and your children, you know, you and the kids wear PJs. But me, I will wear red. I wear red shirt. He doesn't like the idea because most of these matching PJs, they look ridiculous on men. That's what he said. He said they look ridiculous on men. And he doesn't want to fool himself like, no, he will wear red. You people do it. And I know that like this thing is not much of a big deal for most African men think this way. It's not because they don't love you. Or it's not because they are not spontaneous. It's just like, you cannot take out that culture in them. Yeah. Like, it's going to take a while for them to, you know, get to that point. So my point is that all of these things that she's looking at and she wants to have in her own relationship, they are not things that are really deeply rooted inside her. They are things that she sees and she's like, oh, I like to see it on people. Can't we just do it? Why is our own so boring? You know, sounding like someone that is not seeing the good in her own marriage,
Husband,
but seeing the things that people are doing outside, and she wants it to happen. Yeah, it's a good thing for you to desire something nice, you know. It's a good thing to desire something nice, something that will bring you together. But she's sounding like she wants to do this thing so that she will also be able to post it or something, or I don't know. Because if it's you want to do these things just to bring out the fun in your marriage, you can as well do it without having to record or something. You can just start dancing, play music and start dancing and drag your husband on the chair and he will dance with you, something like that. It doesn't have to be that you have to film it and then post it online so that people will know that something is going on fine in your marriage, or you don't even have to bring out a phone. Start gradual now, at least dance.
Exactly.
Let him stand up. Pull him, let him stand up, let him dance just with you, and then next time maybe you can bring out the phone. So first things first, I think that the things that she's seen outside is what she's trying to bring inside. Those are the things that are fueling on is the ingratitude, that what's the word now, that are fueling it inside her. It's not as if those are the things that, you know, really matter to her. If she said there are things that I really love and he's not doing, I would have understood that. But she's saying that she sees things and our own marriage is not, like, she's giving examples of things that she thinks that feels like it will make her marriage more interesting. But those are not the things that make marriages interesting. Most people that post on TikTok, they're influencers. That's their job. That's what they do. That's what they use to make a living. They post it. Or sometimes they just post it to, you know, engage with their audience. Most of them are influencers. Most people that do this TikTok, they're influencers. They're influencing in one way or the other, you know, and they, you know, so I don't think how many couples are there in the world? How many of them are doing TikTok now?
Exactly.
How many of them are doing TikTok, you know? Yeah, let me hear your own point of view on this past, Jerry.
To me, right, I feel like we've already, like you've said most of it, okay? You need to focus on your husband's strength, okay? Of course, there are a number of things she said here that is a bit worrying, because she mentioned something like date nights, like him holding on to offense, right? He usually remember past dates and he'd find it difficult to forgive and stuff like that. So that's a different part I would like us to address. But let's first of all talk about this social media issue and its influence in marriages. When I first of all got married, are you guys, most of you already know that I'm still newlywed. You know, Yemi is going to 7 years. Like, she's the OG. She's the people we are looking up to. For me, you know,
look up to.
And getting married in this age of TikTok, in this age of Instagram, you see, I think we once did a video about how, you know, what we see makes marriage so hard, what we see on social media, and how we're trying to bring in the things that we're seeing on social media into our own marriages. But the truth is that you are on social media and you see these things, and they sell the idea to you that this is what a happy marriage looks like, right? But then look at the marriage along the line. Most of them, you understand, one way or the other, all this celebrity marriage, you see where most of them usually ends and all of that. So let's not even go into another topic. I just feel like everything you have said, my husband also is not a person like that. My husband, see, I remember doing our anniversary, right? And my husband understands to a certain extent that I'm a content creator. There are times I want to vlog part of our lives, but he still puts strict rules to things. It's not every outing we go to that you record. It's not every thing that happened in our life, okay? So that anniversary video, babe, that I did, that we vlogged, I had like a long conversation, like, babe, you know, this and this and that. It's our first anniversary. I like to document it. What? To be able to convince him, to be able to say, okay. But even with that, it is not everything, you know, that we put out there. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that you mentioned something like most of people do these things, they're influencers. And then, whatever you see on social media is not, see, it's just a version of people that they want you to see, okay? It's not what happens behind the curtain. When they off that camera, you don't know what happens. You don't know if the man is abusive towards her. We see a lot of them come out. You see that, couple go. Tomorrow you see them say that, oh, the man sent her to the hospital. The man beat her black and blue. You understand? So let's be careful of the kind of marriage that you envy. If you have a good thing, you have a man, you mentioned he's a good father. He loves your child, whatever. Yes, there might be kinks here and there, which we will discuss, you know, after this. But please, let us stop projecting the things we see on social media. My husband would see this pajamas thing. You see, there are certain things that, you know, when we talk about now, And this, you know, this is one thing that I wanted to discuss also. You know, some things take deliberateness. It takes you taking the initiative to be able to discuss these things. Most of the things that we do in our marriage now, there are things that we've discussed way before. My husband has spoken about his reservation. We've had time to talk about, okay, what is the pros, what is the con, where do we come to a middle ground and all of that, you understand? It's not, and then the new things that I want us to do, it also takes time for us to get there. You guys, when I used to complain about my husband, we don't go out, you know, when we just got married, we used to fight a lot about, let's even go out, let's do it. My husband is not a person like that. You talk about African, they don't, all these date night thing, they are abroad mentality that we have now come to see in movies, seeing stuff, and feel like, oh, we should be doing these things. And social media has put it in our head that, oh, you know, couples should be doing these things. But our parents growing up, where did you ever hear that your mother and your father went on date night? This is a culture for them in America. Like, you want to ask a girl out, you take her out on a date and stuff. We don't do those things here. I bet you will go to Wonder Mango Tree. That's where our parents go to do their date night, you know. They sit down and tell stories and joke and speak stupid nonsense to themselves and all of that. You understand? It is not our culture. And again, it depends on the generation of the man you're getting married to. I understand if you are now getting married and you're marrying maybe someone who is 26, who is 25, you know, he's still young, he still likes to do stuff. I mean, there are men like that don't mind doing all those things. But if you're marrying a man now that is in his 30s, late 30s, or, you know, how many of them will come? Because the background, the way they have been brought up, it's all these things. My husband will say, like, it's just all these things. If we say this rubbish that people are doing, you understand? That's his mindset about those things. But if you just got married to one hip-hop guy that is good, or, you know, he stayed abroad, he has, you know, they don't mind about this, it's a culture for them, then it's fine. But then again, you have to look, where did I marry for? What's my husband's characteristics? And why do I want to use my hand to bring problem inside my home? Something I know that my husband would not do. It's me, and I said, okay, me and my husband, I want to on video, let's dance. And I'm not angry because my husband is not dancing. It's not me that I'm going to look for problem and bring it into my house, because I already know that's not the kind of person that he is. You understand? So yes, all the social media, please, no, let's stop that thing. And I think, I've exhausted what I want to say about social media. We should move on to the other things.
Another thing about this truth is that she said that she didn't notice the guys, you know, antisocial behavior when they were dating, you know. And I just want to point it out, because we always talk about this when we have relationship conversation, that you need to talk about certain things, and you need to observe certain things before you guys get married. So she said that they used to go out before, like they used to go out to places, so she assumed that he's a fun guy.
It's like that.
So she made an assumption based on few events, based on, okay, let's go out, we'll go out. And then she assumed that he's a fun guy. Now you're not in the marriage, he's no longer a fun guy, you people don't go out. Have you asked yourself, what has changed? Instead of pouring the blame on him and you're like, oh, this marriage is boring, I feel like I'm in my 30s, I'm too young for this and all of that. Have you really asked yourself
where are you
why?
going?
But anyway, and she also mentioned that Ford 3 years later with an 18-month-old child is just so boring.
You know, if you look at, you know, what she even said, she said, while we're dating, I saw a bit of his antisocial behavior, right? Even though it was after marriage that she now saw that it was too much. He hardly has any friends and stuff. So you knew. Don't lie to yourself. Don't let us lie to ourselves, okay? There are certain things that I wish my husband does. I wish that he can do. But I know deep down in my heart that when I was dating this man, he doesn't do those things. My husband is a person that can stay at home all day. He won't go out for a whole year. If they say lockdown is in Nigeria, my husband will not find any reason. Only if he wants to go and jog in the morning, he will come back home and he will stay at home. He's not a person, you know, and I can count how many friends. In this Abuja, only 1-2 friends that my husband has. So what makes you think that after marriage is just going to be this person that is now? So you can't say you didn't see the signs. You could have chosen to ignore it, or chosen to say that, oh, maybe after we get married, oh, I'm going to change him, which we've spoken in this channel several times, that you cannot change anybody.
Dating.
So then you don't expect that he will now totally become. So when you see those signs, that's what I was talking about. You discuss them. I knew my husband was a person that doesn't go out and stuff. So I started to sell the idea of date nights to him. I just said the idea of movie nights to him. I just said the idea of, oh, this and this and that. And you said, and one other thing she said, that when they want to go out, you say she should choose it. My husband still tells me that till today. He will still tell me, why? Like, if you want us to go out, then choose the place. Tell me the address and we'll go. You understand? Because he does not know anywhere. That is the fact. I don't know anywhere either. But he will not go on social media unless. Before my husband would say that, okay, and he has, since our marriage, he has only done that once, because that was because I complained, talk, tired, like, and I told him practically. So there's another thing that we ladies will do, or we women will do in marriage, so we assume that, oh, he should know, or he should do those things. My husband will tell you, okay, so we've had date plans that, okay, on this date we are going, and we know we are going, and on that day I'm asking, where are we going? He said, why are you asking me? You understand? Because he expects that you will be, because you know that he's not a person that will go and be looking for restaurants in Abuja, what. You know, there was once that he did it after I complained tire. You understand? But even before then, I told him, babe, we are going out the end of this month, and you are the one in charge of finding the place. So this is what we are looking for. Find the place, okay? And he did it, okay, because I told him specifically what I wanted, because I know it is not in him to do those things, okay? So if you want, and I always say it, the kind of marriage you want will not happen magically. Sometimes you have to start it. You have to initiate it. What you want your husband to do, start to do it. What you want to see in him, start to, you know, bring it in and give him time. He will not get there in a year probably, because this is a 30-something years old man who has grown up not knowing anything about social media, not knowing anything about this thing, and then you think that within 1 year it will just change to be. So you give him the days that he gets it, celebrate him, love on him. My husband, when we just started, he told me point blank that this is my YouTube channel. It cannot be featuring every now and then. If he does it, but he will do it just to support me every once in a while. But whenever he does a video with me, I will see that's the day I will celebrate him. I will give him food of the body and food of the spirit, you understand? You know, and you celebrate him. That will make you, inspire him to want to do more. You get. So if you want, I mean, I don't know what you are thinking. I mean, I don't know what's in your mind.
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. All I know is you're celebrating him. That's all I know.
You're celebrating him, exactly. You appreciate him. You inspire him to even want to do more. You get. But when he even gives, he even makes an effort, you are complaining that, oh, he's not even doing much. You understand? You see, little by little, you cannot build. Rome was not built in a day. Anyway, sorry, I think I've gone in too many directions.
So there's something that I feel like we also should put into consideration, and we tend to forget this, that the dynamics of life before marriage and life in marriage, they're quite different, right? They're very different. And let me just give you an example. So before my husband and I got married, I was the interesting one. I was the one that was, always bringing activities. I remember we were even long distance, like not like long distance outside the country, within the country, but in different locations. So like we were always in different locations. When I was in Abuja, he's probably in Port Harcourt. When he's in Port Harcourt, I'm in Lagos. We're just always not in the same location at every time. So whenever we get to be together, I always plan out events ahead of time. And even while we are chatting, we know that we'll see. I'll always be like, okay, what are we going to do? I was always coming up with things. And there was a time that I realized that I was always coming up with activities and all of that. I knew that he's a reserved type. My husband is very reserved. He's not antisocial, but he doesn't do all this, he's not in that light. But when you come up with an activity, he will embrace it, like he's all for it, but he's not the one that will start to initiate things like that. No. So I was always the one that was initiating things. There was a time I said, okay, we're going to have, this game. You come up with one game. You set the rules. I'll also come up with one game. I'll set the rules. We're always playing games on the phone, and me, myself, like this, I'm not a romantic person. I say that a lot. I'm not a romantic person. I'm just like, the way I say, I like the vibes, So when we are together, I don't want it to be boring. I don't want it to be that we will not know what we want to talk about. I don't like that. So we're always, I was always the fun one. Now, I remember there was a time one of my friends even made a bet with me that my husband was going to kneel down and propose with a ring. And I kept telling her, in fact, I'm still supposed to take her money. I told her that I know the person I'm dating. He's not going to kneel down and bring a ring and propose to me. And I wasn't even interested because myself, I'm not a romantic. And I'm really emphasizing that. So I wasn't even interested in kneeling down proposal. If I wanted it, I would have probably chipped it in. You must do this. I would probably even tell him how to stage it. Well, I was just not interested. So I'm just mentioning all of these things so that, I'm getting somewhere. Now, in marriage, let's now talk about marriage. Things changed. I became the boring one. He became the one, at some point when we started to, settle down, he became the more interesting one. There are still times that I will come up with activities, this thing, but at some point when he thought that, okay, I should continue in that line.
Yeah.
Madam
he has retired.
I'm
just
always sad. Especially when, I'm telling you, especially when, exactly. Especially when I had my second child. Because at that time, we moved out of the place where we had a lot of people to help. So it was just both of us doing the taking care of the children. And sometimes they'll go to work and me, I'm the one with the kids. I'm always occupied. So even sometimes it takes the kids out so that I will have time to myself, And I remember there was a time that I wasn't in any of the pictures because I was always at home relaxing. So where was the fun? Where was the initiating things anymore? It wasn't me. I remember there was a time, like even recently, we went on, I think I said this on that video that we did on early marriage, I mentioned that last year, 2021, on Valentine's Day, we had planned that, okay, we would go out, and fortunately for us, in fact, I didn't know that because of what my husband had planned out, he made sure that his nephew, his nephew is in China here, so he made sure that his nephew was around so that we could carry out that plan. Like, he had this planned out. Somebody that's not used to planning something, no. He had it all planned out, and we went for the Valentine, everything. And then my husband knelt down and brought out food. I almost entered the ground. I say, and I was like, don't do this to me. You know that I don't like things like this. Don't even try to do this to me. Like, that's spontaneous. This lady even put the word, no spontaneity, anything. That's me now. Before, my husband would be like, okay, let's quickly do this. You have to tell me a day before. And sometimes he complains and be like, can't you just get up? And I'm like, see, I have a lot I'm doing. Nah, I have a lot I'm doing. Like, you can't just tell me. Tell me a day before so that I can prepare. It's like, then there's no fun in it anymore, So my point is that the dynamics of the relationship now changed. Before, I was the one that was initiating. Now he's the one that is initiating. So you never know. I mean, 3 years into my marriage, I was still probably the one still initiating things, you get. But now that we are 5 years, 6 years, and all of that, we have now evolved. Like, things have changed. So my point is that you can't say, you're just, like you mentioned, that it's just 3 years into the marriage and you're already saying you feel like this, you feel like that. And she's not doing anything
forever to go
to change the feeling.
Exactly. That's my problem with the story.
You're just complaining.
Complaining won't change anything.
Saying you can't continue like this. You can't continue like what? Like,
so what do you want to do? You want to go? You want to leave?
And he's a responsible guy. He's not even saying he doesn't want to go out. So
exactly.
He said you should initiate it. You should find the occasion. You should choose. It will go with you and all of that. So we should just try and understand that dynamics change, situations change, and we evolve a marriage. Your marriage will never be static. If she settles down and she should think deeply, or she should look at the marriage, the journey from the first year to the second year to where she is at that point wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same thing, And she should also embrace her husband's uniqueness and find a way to complement it. Your husband is not the one that is initiating things, but is he providing the finances or whatever it is that you need to live that lifestyle that you want? Okay, you want to be wearing pajamas, you want to be doing TikTok, that means you must have a good phone. Is it providing you with the phone to even check Instagram? I'm not saying that you cannot buy your own phone. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that are there other areas
in which other areas is it complementing?
Doing, to reinforce those things that you like indirectly, not necessarily him being in the front line and everything. Like, are there other things that he's doing behind the scenes? For example, my husband, I've been talking to him, begging him to come on my channel. First he said when I get monetized. Later I said this. Later I said that, okay, when I choose a topic. Okay,
we are begging you. We are begging you about Gasa.
But if I'm out there, I said I want to vlog, he should hold the camera. He would do it. Take the camera and vlog, like film me doing anything. He would, but he would not just sit down. So instead of me saying, there are so many couples out there that sit with their wife, there are so many husbands that sit there.
In short, the moment you even say that to my husband, trust me, that thing you ask him to do, he will never do it. The moment you say that other people are,
that's comparison.
You have killed it. You have settled it. It's never going to happen again.
You have killed the morale. So those are the things. Just look at your husband's strength and find a way. Focus on the areas that he has been complimenting you, and like you also said, give it time. Like, my point is, Chad, that let me just not go on and on. Dynamics changes in marriage. Your first year is not going to be the second year. It's not going to be the third year. It's not going to be the fourth year. It's not going to be the same thing after kids, when you people are just taking. There was a time both of us didn't even want romance. Both of us didn't even want spontaneity. We had to plan out things because we have children. We have to plan when the children. There's not. They are just different faces. So that's just it. Just it. Now let's go to that other part that you wanted us to talk about.
Before then, you mentioned something about focusing on his strength. I remember there was a time that, I used to cover. There was a day I was telling my husband that, he wasn't appreciating me or something like that. I can't remember what the argument was. More or less like he wasn't doing, things. He wasn't saying things to me. He wasn't saying he loves me. He wasn't telling me he appreciates me and stuff like that. And I was really complaining. I was so bitter. I was crying and this and that. And then he was telling me that, okay, I know this is how you feel, right? And you have every right to feel that way, but I need you to make a choice, okay? The way I show you that I love you, the way I show you that I appreciate you, I appreciate your hard work, I appreciate your support, the support you give to me and the rest of it, is in the way I help you out. Like, I can be in the house, we're doing this video, you saw him, I told you that he's washing the dishes in the kitchen, he's doing this, he helps me out practically. There's no housework in this house that my husband does not do. You understand? There are times I'll just be sitting there and he's doing most of it and stuff like that. He does, my channel, he gives me advice. We talk about stuff. He literally is hands-on. That's the way. My husband does not believe so much in talking. He believes in doing. So that is the way he is. Instead of him telling you he loves you, he shows you he loves you. So I was complaining that, he has not bought me a dress since we got married or whatever. I said, okay, yes, I've not bought you, but this thing that on your birthday, this was something I did. You understand? But we women, when things is not going exactly the way we want it, we totally forget the other things that this man is doing.
Exactly.
So he told me, choose ye this day what you want. Do you want me to stop doing those things and be telling you I love you? Because I can tell you, if it's to tell you, Mafi swear, I will tell you money, I will tell you absolute.
You tell you money,
I will tell you that. I'm going to tell you what is you that you will say, please don't tell me again. So if that's how you want it, but of course, we also need to hear those things. So I told him that, yes, I appreciate everything he does and stuff like that, but sometimes I do need to hear it. But to be honest, in that moment, all I could see was the things he wasn't doing. He wasn't buying me this. He wasn't doing this for me. He wasn't telling me he loves me. He wasn't doing that. But I totally forgot the other things that he does for me that, see, if my husband is to stop doing those things, I don't know. You understand? Because those are things I actually love about him. But sometimes we get carried away based on what we want, that we lose sight of the things we already have. Okay, so think about it. If you do a pro and con list of your husband, I'm sure that TikTok, whatever, the things that he's doing, providing for you. You said he's an amazing father, so obviously he does not leave you to take care of your toddler alone. He's responsible, he provides for you and stuff. And then put the con. He does not do TikTok, he does not wear pajamas. Then now weigh the two of them. Which one would you rather? Would you rather he's doing TikTok video with you and pajamas and everything, and he's not doing the other things? You understand? Because he's also somebody's child. Don't come and kill him. As I say, don't come and kill somebody's child.
Somebody's son
you understand? So let's also look for the other ways in which he's complimenting you. There are a lot of things that your husband does for you that those people that are doing TikTok video, their husband don't do it for them. They wish they have what you had. Okay, so don't be carried away by stuff. But one other part of the video that I also wanted to, there was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember at this moment, was the part where she said, and this one I think is actually very serious, that he holds on to offense, he hardly forgives, and the rest of it. This one I think, and I want to believe you did not just know that about him. Because in relationship too, you offend yourself. And if he constantly brings it up, he doesn't forgive you, then you know that this is the kind of person that he is, and you still chose to enter into the marriage like that. So this is not a matter of, oh, that's why you are tired of the marriage. No, you knew that is who he was, okay? So instead of you complaining, oh, he doesn't forgive, why don't you talk it out? Why don't you ask him, why do you find it difficult to forgive? Why can't you just do, this is how it makes me feel, you understand? And you too, do you hold on to offense? Because one way you can get my husband is when I tell him, oh, you know, but when this thing happened for me, this is the way I handle it. You understand? Is there a better way? I don't like it when you remind me of past things we have done. Can we move beyond this? You understand? Have you actually spoken to him? Does he know that he does that? And I'm not saying that you are telling him when the two of you are fighting. Because trust me, anything you are saying when you are fighting is entering this ear, is coming on the other ear. Because what the person wants to say, you know when people are angry, what you want to say is what is in your mind. What the person is saying, you are not hearing. You understand? But in a normal setting, you take him out on a date or whatever, and then you have the conversation, babe, this is something I've observed. Is there anything we can do about it? You understand? Have a heart-to-heart conversation with him instead of just complaining and complaining about it, because complaint does not change anything. That's my own advice, you know, about that. And when it comes to date nights and the rest of it, initiate them. Keep on initiating until it catches on. When you initiate it 1, 2, 3 times, the third time, tell him what you want. Tell him that, babe, I want to go out. I would like a place where they serve seafood and the rest of it. Can you plan the date for me? You get, but don't just assume that, oh, I said we are going out, so why are we going to plan where we are going? You understand? You are going to sleep on a bicycle, so please don't even put yourself through that emotional trauma. Okay, so yeah, that's my own, you know, thought about it.
Most times the things we complain about our spouse is something that we don't want to do, or we don't know how to do, that we want another person to do for us. If she's saying that our partner is not spontaneous, are you spontaneous? I don't know how you will be spontaneous in the house and you will do things randomly to spice things up, and you will just sit down and be looking at you. Except it's from the ancient days, except from the 15th century AD, you know, except it's from that age. But if it's somebody that also is interested in the growth of the marriage, and I think people who are very reserved and it's just their wife, they want to do things as well, but they just don't like to do it with everybody. You know, they like to do these things, but they just don't like to be out there. So those things that he likes to do, you find a way to go around it. For example, if your husband likes drinking wine, for example, buy a brand of wine that he likes to do, bring it to the house. What do you like to do? Wrap it around it. Okay, before you get to drink a glass of wine, you will do this. Before you get to do that, you will do this. Oh yeah, stand up and dance. Let me see your moves. Okay, let me play. You know, just do something that make it fun. Make it
exactly
like, you know, you
make it
be
fun.
Spontaneous. Do things before you even bring out the phone. I think this person is really ready to show her own marriage to the world, because she said she's still young. And she even pointed out that she's very attractive. Yeah, she's trying to say that. Hope it's not as if
you see, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, I'm a baby girl.
You know, I'm a soft babe. I'm a baby girl for life. I'm still very attractive. You know, hope I didn't settle.
You know,
hope I didn't settle. She's already thinking that there's no hope.
She even said it that she feels like she settled for him.
No.
She didn't plan well before she got married. Baby girl, you knew what you were getting into. You knew, you saw the good side of him, and that was enough reason for you to want to marry him. But now you wish that other parts needs to come out, but then you need to work on it. And one other thing that I need to also tell, especially single ladies that are watching, or you know, you're about to get married, is that find happiness in yourself. Don't always wait for, if your husband is not doing TikTok, is this stopping you from doing it? Must you not do it first? Let him even be seeing it. You see, I remember when my husband does not do, it does not do social media again. His only social media is Twitter. On my birthday, my husband does not post me on his Instagram. He does not. You understand? Even he would buy me lunch, do me stuff, buy me cake, but you will not see him posting. The highest he will do is to post to your WhatsApp. You get? So I remember there was a time that I was so angry that, who are you hiding me from? Why don't you want to post me?
Victoria, you're dramatic. You're a drama queen.
I am very dramatic. I asked him, who are you hiding me from? You know? And then even our wedding picture, I'm not joking. On our wedding day, my husband did not post one picture. It doesn't, it will tell you that he hasn't posted on Instagram for a long time. So why should he start posting now? You understand? Because he used to be a very social person before we met. You understand? But then he decided that he wanted to take a break from social media. It's too toxic for him. So he decided to, you know, he has the account. And that's why a lot of my followers, they will send me message that why is my husband not accepting their friend request? The last time my husband accepted a friend request on Instagram or Facebook, I'm sure it will be like 8 years ago. You understand? So I'm not angry that he did not post me. I will post even our picture. My husband does not like. Go through my comment section and see. It was when we're dating. My husband used to comment because we're dating long distance. Anytime I post,
you know that if you enforce this thing that he should post you, you are trying to enforce. You are infringing on something that he has decided not to do, and you know that's also lack of mutual respect. You know, I'm just trying to point that people will know that.
That's so right.
As you're trying
to... funny enough, this same thing you just told me, he told me the same thing because the day I actually forced him to post it and he posted it. And then he told me that I'm not posting it because I wanted to post it. I'm just doing it because of you. But then you are not, he said you're not respecting my own decision not to do this. You understand? And it really made me feel bad. I wanted to delete it. He said, no, leave it there. Let your conscience be judging.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to tell you your conscience be judging.
So keep on initiating and keep on telling him until he gets to that point where he's comfortable doing this. And I know men can be stubborn because of their ego and stuff, but trust me, go on your knees. See, we underestimate the power of prayer in changing your partner, or in, you know, not necessarily changing, but more or less making your partner become different. See, there were things I used to complain about my husband. I've complained tired. There was a time I went on my journal. I still have that page on my journal. I was writing to God, telling him my husband is this, is that, is this. I wish he was this. Oh, he's so stubborn. He's so cynical. I was, you don't know. Hey, I wrote and wrote and wrote. So at the end of the day, the Holy Spirit asked me, have you ever prayed concerning this issue for your husband? We feel like it's only when our marriage is passing through trouble or we have one big problem or challenge, that's when we now pray and ask God. No, you can ask God about the littlest of things. I want my husband to tell me he loves me, he appreciates me more. I prayed about it today. In short, I'm tired of the talk. Like, you understand? Now he tells me, even he used to say that he did not know when he became that way. You can't know. It's between me and God. As far as God I gave you this marriage, there is no. It's the truth. There is no animal. Then, if you want to bring any nonsense attitude, all I have to do, go on my knees and pray to God, whilst I also do my part and also keep praying. It will not change today. It didn't change the day I prayed. It didn't change in the month I prayed or the few months after I prayed. But I kept praying it, and he has not completely changed. But he's way better than he was when we get married. So never underestimate the power of prayer in, you know, God making your husband more sociable, and then you also do your part. No prayer is ridiculous. See, God is interested in every single aspect of your life. Every single aspect is so interested in it. So get him involved and pray about it. That will be my final.
I love that. Those are James, you're just dropping it.
Hey, I know you have started.
You're just dropping it, so we'll be picking it. We'll be picking it. No worries. But anyways, guys, let us know what you think on today's conversation. Let us know. Maybe there's a part of the conversation of the truth that we did not address. Let us know what you think about it. Let us know your opinion. And if you have any other question, as we always say, if you have any question, any truth, any tale that you want us to talk about on the channel, please leave them, send them to us on our Instagram page, DMs, you know. You can DM us any of the Instagram accounts, my personal account, Victoria's personal account, and the Truth and Tales podcast account. All right, and you can also send us an email if you feel comfortable using that channel. Okay, and thank you so much. If you're yet to subscribe, this is the best time to do so, and don't forget to also go and subscribe to our personal channels. Yes, we have personal channels on YouTube too. My channel is Yemi Ayodeji, and Victoria's channel is Victoria Fash. Okay, just search it. In fact, before you even finish typing the Victoria, YouTube will bring the Fash out for you, so you mine might take a while because I just changed that name, so it might take a while before, you know, but you know, just type Victoria Fash will show up. Just click it, you know. But
Like
anyway,
you sabi.
don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on this interesting conversation. Do you want to tell us that you don't enjoy today's conversation? Do you want to tell us? If you enjoyed this, oh yeah, like it right now as well, you know?
Click on the subscribe button.
Anyways, we always enjoy
Yeah.
chatting with you guys, having this conversation. So as always, thank you for watching today's video. Thank you for listening to today's conversation, to the podcast. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And as always, we remain your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See you in the next one.
See you in the next video.